What started as a Hamas attack on October 7, 2023, has now exploded into a full-scale conflict between Israel and Iran that has the entire world on edge. Just days ago, the United States bombed Iranian nuclear facilities, marking an unprecedented escalation. Today, we're counting down the top 10 reasons why Israel and Iran are locked in their most dangerous confrontation ever. Let's dive in. The current escalation began on October 7, 2023, when Hamas launched an unprecedented attack on Israel that killed over 1,200 people. While Hamas is a Palestinian organization, it receives significant backing from Iran through weapons, funding, and training. This attack marked the beginning of a chain reaction that would eventually pull Iran and Israel into direct confrontation. Iran's support for Hamas made it complicit in Israel's eyes, setting the stage for the broader regional conflict we see today. The attack was so devastating that it fundamentally changed Israel's security calculations and willingness to engage Iranian proxies directly. Iran's nuclear program has reached critical levels that Israel considers an existential threat. Intelligence reports suggest Iran has been rapidly advancing its uranium enrichment capabilities, potentially bringing it closer to weapons-grade material. Israel has repeatedly stated it will not allow Iran to develop nuclear weapons, viewing this as a red line that cannot be crossed. The recent escalation partly stems from Israel's belief that diplomatic efforts have failed to contain Iran's nuclear ambitions, leading to more aggressive military options being considered. Iran operates what's known as the Axis of Resistance, a network of proxy groups including Hezbollah in Lebanon, Hamas in Gaza, the Houthis in Yemen, and various Shia militias in Iraq and Syria. Following October 7, these groups began coordinating attacks against Israeli and American interests. This proxy network allows Iran to pressure Israel without direct confrontation, but it also means any attack on these groups is seen as an attack on Iran itself. The activation of this entire network has created multiple fronts that Israel must defend against simultaneously. Hezbollah, Iran's most powerful proxy, has been launching daily attacks on northern Israel since October 8, 2023. With an estimated 150,000 rockets and missiles, Hezbollah poses a significant threat to Israeli population centers. The group's involvement has forced Israel to evacuate tens of thousands of residents from northern communities. Iran's support for Hezbollah's escalation has turned what started as a Gaza conflict into a potential two-front war, stretching Israeli resources and forcing difficult strategic decisions. Israel has been conducting an extensive campaign to disrupt Iranian weapons shipments to its proxies, particularly through Syria. These weapons transfers include advanced missiles, drones, and precision-guided munitions that could significantly enhance the capabilities of groups like Hezbollah and Hamas. Iran views these Israeli attacks as acts of war against its strategic interests, while Israel sees them as necessary preemptive measures. The conflict over these supply lines has intensified, with both sides escalating their military responses. Iran-backed Houthis in Yemen have launched a campaign targeting international shipping in the Red Sea, claiming solidarity with Palestinians. This has disrupted global trade routes and forced international naval intervention. The Houthis' actions, directed and supported by Iran, have internationalized the conflict by threatening global commerce. Israel and its allies view this as Iran using the Gaza conflict as a pretext to advance its broader regional agenda, requiring military responses that further escalate tensions. In April 2024, Iran crossed a major red line by launching direct missile and drone attacks against Israel for the first time. This attack was in retaliation for an Israeli strike on Iran's consulate in Damascus that killed senior Revolutionary Guard commanders. The direct attack marked the end of the shadow war between the two countries and opened the door for direct military confrontation. Israel's interception of most missiles demonstrated its defensive capabilities but also its vulnerability to sustained attacks. Israel's April 2024 strike on Iran's consulate in Damascus killed several senior Revolutionary Guard commanders, including those coordinating proxy operations. This attack on what Iran considered sovereign territory prompted Iran's first-ever direct military response against Israel. The consulate's strike represented a significant escalation in Israeli tactics, moving from targeting Iranian proxies to directly attacking Iranian officials and facilities. This marked a point of no return in the conflict's escalation. Israel has adopted a strategy of preemptive strikes, believing that waiting for Iran to complete its nuclear program would be catastrophic. This strategy includes targeting Iranian nuclear facilities, military installations, and proxy networks before they can be used against Israel. The recent Israeli Operation Rising Lion, launched on June 12, 2025, represents the culmination of this strategy, with Israel striking deep inside Iran to neutralize what it considers existential threats. The number one reason for the current crisis is Iran's approach to nuclear weapons capability. Intelligence suggests Iran may be weeks away from having enough enriched uranium for nuclear weapons. For Israel, this represents an existential threat that cannot be tolerated. The recent U.S. bombing of Iranian nuclear facilities at Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan on June 22, 2025, represents an unprecedented escalation meant to destroy Iran's nuclear program. This nuclear threshold crisis has pushed both sides beyond the point of proxy warfare into direct confrontation, with the potential for regional or even global consequences. And there you have it, the top 10 reasons why Israel and Iran are locked in their most dangerous conflict ever. From the October 7th catalyst that started it all, to the nuclear threshold crisis that brought us to the brink of regional war, each factor has contributed to an escalation spiral that now involves direct U.S. military action against Iranian nuclear facilities. The situation remains extremely fluid, with both sides having crossed red lines that seemed unthinkable just months ago. What started as a Hamas attack on Israel has evolved into a confrontation between regional powers with global implications. This is Vortex Rankings, where we rank the events that shape our world. What do you think will happen next in this crisis? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the stories that matter. Until next time, stay informed.